Everyone, and welcome in. We're going to be doing a brief overview of the onboarding and offboarding process with iSolve today. We are putting this out here is because of the Personnel Records Access, which is HB 1308, which was recently put into legislation in Washington State as of July 27th. It mandates that employers provide a current or former employee with copies of their personnel files within 21 calendar days of request at no cost. It also mandates that employers provide former employees a written reason for their discharge within 21 days of request. Now, with what we'll be going over with the onboarding and offboarding here today, iSolved automatically saves employee records when you do it through the onboarding process. This will automatically make it so those records are saved and you can just provide them to your employees when you do your records this way. Now, this is what managers see when they sign in. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you know this already. It automatically goes to your dashboard when you sign into iSolved. In order to get to what we are going over today, we are going to go to Employee Admin Tools, Employee Administration, and we're going to start with pending employees and end with pending terminations today. So in the pending employees section, as you can see, this is what it looks like when you have already sent out an onboarding and you are waiting on the client to go in or employee to go in and finish their onboarding. It tells you their status, the current step that they are on, and their personal information like who the employee is, what company they'll be working for, and which template you use if you have multiple templates for your business. So to get this started, we're going to click Initiate Onboarding. And this is what will pop up for you. Now, you don't have to fill out everything, but you can fill out as much as you'd like. We're just going to go with the legal company, the work location, and the onboarding template. As you can see here, this base EE onboarding is going to be the normal one, but we're going to do the onboarding webinar template. And then we're just going to pick a random name. So we're going to do Sure. And then I'm going to put in my email. And it's as simple as that. That is all that is technically required in order to send out the onboarding template and start the initiated onboarding. You can fill out more. It's not required. So we just click Save. And that save is complete. And if we go back to our list, we can see here that onboarding has been started. All right, this is what the employee will see right off the bat when they enter in their onboarding and follow that link that they're going to get in their email. It's just going to go over the terms of use and electronic communications with their electronic signature, has paper delivery communications and everything right through here. I'm going to click Accept. Now, if an employee clicks decline, that automatically cancels the onboarding process and it will have to be started over again from scratch. So we just click Accept and Submit. And it has been successfully completed. And this is what the employees will see every time they get into their onboarding. It's just going to be what business they're coming to, their name, and a little welcome message. So go ahead and click Continue. We're going to start with personal information. As you can see, it auto-populates with what you put in during the onboarding process. It is going to make us put in, and it is going to make the employee put in their address. There we go. And we can click Save. And that everything an employee puts in on these screens will automatically be transferred in and saved as their data in your system. That way you don't have to repeat entering data. You don't have to try and scramble to find it later. It is automatically put in the system for you. Then on this page, all it's going to technically require is the social security number. Most employees will fill out the majority of this as much as they can. We're just going to fill out a social security number. Now, as you can see, mine looks fairly limited. However, we do have many other things that we can add in. So we can request I-9 certification. We can request putting in like leave accrual information, disability self-identification, anything that you want to be added into your onboarding process so that all of those records are in place can be put in with just a couple clicks, and we can set that up for you in our onboarding templates. These are all of our options. We can require completion, invitation, anything like that, whatever your company requests. Okay. We're just going to go through and we can see the different things that can be added in. They can add skills if they wish. However, it is not required. It will auto-complete it, but they can add in as many skills as they'd like. That's going to take us through. All right, success. The onboarding is complete. That is all the employee needs to do on their side. Then we can sign back in. Get back into that pending employee. And as you can see, Joe Crane, the status has changed to assigned to me. That means the employee has completed their onboarding process, and it's up to me now to finalize them in the system. Very easy to do. You just click these three dots right here and Client New Hire Wizard. And you can go through and finalize the few steps that you need to. Resident location automatically populates right there for you. You can put in the ID type. It does ask you to re-verify their ID. So you will need those I-9 documents and verification. It does not auto input their social security number for you. It's just one of the verification steps to complete.
Hi, Lily. I have a quick question. So after you send out the onboarding and you're in this phase where it's already been submitted, can you at this point in time add a document to the onboarding process? Say if you forgot a form or a new form comes up during this stage in the onboarding, can that be inserted?
So once an employee has completed their onboarding process, it is on manager side at that point. You can have them complete the document that you missed. Absolutely, it just wouldn't go into their employee onboarding specific process, I believe.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we could add the document and send it to that specific employee. So anytime that they logged in, they would get a notification that they have a new task to complete. And when they clicked on that link, it would take them to the document, and any required information would have to be filled out there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Of course. All right, once we have the employee information that we wish to enter, we would click Next. And we would start filling in their employment information. It automatically populates with their location and it will make their status active. You can change this if there are different statuses you wish. And you can change their hire date. Like, let's say they're not starting today, they're starting on Monday. You can change that. You want to go in and you want to select their category, full-time, part-time. We can add in seasonal as well if you wish for seasonal employees. But we're going to list Mr. Joe here as a part-timer. And it will automatically choose the employee ID as the next in line. So according to this, employee IDs 1 through 5 have already been taken. So Joe is automatically number 6. You can set a time clock ID if you have physical time clocks, a clock password, enabling biometrics, anything you may end up needing. You can also set the restrictions, divisions, departments, everything right here for employment. For salary, automatic that one. And then let's say he's an hourly employee and we're gonna make his hourly rate at 18 an hour. Once we put in that hourly rate, it automatically calculates his pay per salary and his annual salary. But we put him in as a part-timer and it's normalizing his hours as 80 for pay period. That's not correct. So we're gonna say that he gets 40 hours per pay period, and it will automatically adjust the annual salary and pay per salary for you. So you don't have to do any math. It does it for you. You can also add in an alternate pay rate. Like let's say he's in training and he gets 16 an hour for training instead of 18 an hour for full-time employee. You are able to set that up and he can go in and select which pay rate he is under, or you can mandate it. All right, emergency contacts, it is going to require everyone to put in an emergency contact. So let's say that we're gonna put in his sister. There we go. It doesn't require contact information. I recommend it simply because it's hard to contact your emergency contact without a contact information. And employees can put that in during their onboarding process as well if you would like them to. But this is a required step for the system. And there she is right there. So you can see her information. I'm gonna just click next. Now let's say that you have remote employees and Joe is going to be one of those remote employees and you need to provide him with a computer. So you can go in here and you can select computer asset. You can put in the make, the model, serial number, equipment number, anything that you would need. And if, let's say, it was previously loaned out to another employee and it came back with a little scuff on it, you can put in the description right here, but there's a little scuff on the laptop that you're providing this employee. That way, if they bring it back and you see that scuff there, you know that was there beforehand and it's not on this employee. But if there's more damage than that scuff, you know what ended up happening and where it came from. So you can keep track of everything there. This is where we would put in miscellaneous fields, such as if, let's say you provide t-shirts or there's specific events or anything like that. This is where you would put that information in. Say he's a size medium for a t-shirt. You can go in and be like, okay, we have employee t-shirts. He's a medium. That'll save right there. And now we're in the process evaluation. So this is completing, making sure we didn't miss any steps, got everything filled out. We click next, and it's going to have us run an audit. Looks like the audit results came back positive, so we can complete the new hire. Once it loads for a moment, you can go back to pending employees, and look, he's gone. He's officially in the system. And we can show that by going up here, employee summary. And there he is, active status. He is officially an active